Afternoon, Arsene. Can we please start with the team news ahead of tomorrow night's game?
Well, for tomorrow we have exactly the similar squad to the team, to the squad who was facing Swansea. So no injuries, everybody's available.
We saw Olivier Giroud and Anne Ramsey out there in training. Are they close to a first team comeback?
Yeah, they continue their preparation because they've been out for a long time. As I think they need a real sharpening up now, but they are not far away.
In terms of your team for tomorrow night, it must be hard to change a winning team after 6 wins in a row in the Premier League, but you need to rotate your squad obviously. So how do you balance that?
Well, I think you keep stability, and as well you look at just winning the next game. You say we won 6 games in a row, but it was not always the same team who won, you know. But at the moment I'm just looking at how players recover, what is the next game, and how can we win the next game.
And just lastly from me, a question for Francis. Francis, 2 games against the Ludogorets now, massive chance to sort of make a real stamp on the group and possibly sort of take a big step towards winning it. How much of an opportunity do you among the playing group sense there?
Yeah, we're all conscious of that. Well, it's a massive game tomorrow, especially at home. We know we're going to have 2 tough games as well, away at Ludogorets, as you said, and against Basel after, with the final game as well against Paris. So it's massively important to get the 3 points tomorrow.
Hi Arsene. Just on Olivier Giroud, right now, how difficult would it be for him to get back in the team, and have you had to reassure him that he still has a massive part to play this season?
Look, he's an important player in our squad, and the squad is not 11, we are 25 players, and everybody will contribute at different moments of the season. What looks sometimes permanent in October is completely revolutionized in December, and so that's we want all to, only one target is to be successful together, no matter who it is.
Theo Walcott's had a great start to the season. He's spoken of his new aggressive attitude that he's had to his football. What have you seen in him, and what have you said to him?
What I've seen in him is that he lets the passion for the game come out of his body, you know, and that's what you want from him. I felt that since he plays with more freedom, maybe a bit more lets his heart feelings come out, and is less maybe calculating, can I do that or can I not do that, and when he plays with more freedom and more desire, because I think he is less restricted attitude, and that shows you that he's a completely different player.
Was there interest in him in the summer?
Look, I haven't spoken to anybody because I was not ready to let him go. I always wanted to keep him.
Just a reflection on after the Premier League weekend, the draw at Anfield yesterday's got the top 7 clubs. I think there's only 5 points separating at the top of the table. Now, how do you foresee the rest of this title race going? Do you think it's going to be that tight, and how many clubs do you think can realistically challenge?
It's difficult to say, to predict. But what you say after 8 games played, it's tight, and that shows that it's down to how well we can play in every single game to keep up there and to fight for the championship. And we have to show that you can be consistent. I think the team is focused. The team wants to play the football we want. They believe in what we do, and that these are good ingredients. After we have to show the desire, the hunger, in every single game.
You spoke briefly about Xhaka's red card at the weekend.
Yes.
Have you had to speak to him? It's 8 red cards, I think, now in 2 years. Obviously,
no, it is one. You know, we are not responsible for the red cards he got somewhere.
Is there something you have to speak to him about? Do you have to talk to him about?
Well, yes, he made a foul. You know, that could have got him a yellow card. That could have got him a red card. And it was not meant to hurt anybody. It was just a late tackle to stop a counter-attack, what has been punished. But I feel he is intelligent enough to analyze that as well.
I must just ask you about you did joke about Mesut Ozil and maybe needing a good banker for his new contract. Just on contract negotiations in general, in your experience, in the time you've been here, how have things changed? What things have you had to look at, and how much more difficult is it now to negotiate contracts than it was before?
It was always difficult. Honestly, what has changed is the size of the numbers, but the difficulty was always the same. It's always difficult to keep the good players because they are wanted by other clubs, and it's normal as well that the players try to get the maximum out of their negotiations because they have 10 years to play at the top level if all goes well. So it has always been difficult, you know, just the numbers have changed.
Thank you.
Arsene, you've talked a lot this season about the team needing to keep their humility after, each game. Is that the key tomorrow night against the team that you are?
Of course, we played, I feel that we play 3 home games this week, and in every single game we are maybe the favourites or expected to win the games, but we know as well that we have learned that on Saturday against Swansea again. As soon as you ease off a little bit, you're in trouble, and because the differences between the teams is very small. Ludogorets has a big experience now in the Champions League. I watched the game against Paris Saint-Germain. They were very good. They are a very good side.
Do you feel though that the fixtures have fallen kindly for you in one sense in the Champions League, that you've got back-to-back games against, on paper, the weakest team in the league?
Look, the fixtures are only as kind as you play, and what looks sometimes kind fixtures can be very difficult if you don't prepare mentally. We have to show we are an ambitious team. We have an ambitious squad. We have just to show that we can turn up in every single game.
Just one to Francis, if I can. You've had an amazing comeback. We all feared the worst when you got that injury. Could you just talk us through, did you fear the worst when it happened at the time?
Yeah, obviously, when you make this kind of tackle, and it happened before against West Brom, so last year. So obviously, I was a bit scared in the first place because it was a similar tackle. But the good thing was when I've done it, I could run back into the pitch even if I didn't stay on for long. And after obviously the scan was all positive, so it was great news.
Did you feel 100%?
Yeah, I feel 100%. It took me a couple of weeks to come back full fitness, but now I feel good.
Thank you.
Francis, is it obviously now we've got Xhaka here and you've got El Nene, sort of 3 of you almost going for one position. Is that become difficult for you to sort of cope with that?
Well, let's not forget we are Arsenal Football Club, and it's always going to be great quality in the squad. So you have to be ready for a fight, and I think it's good as well for me to improve my game and to give even more in training in the game. So I think it can only improve the whole squad.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Francis. Thank you.
We take the microphones out.